Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Ocarina of Time Hero of Law mod. This is the Ace Attorney mod. Let me turn the volume down a bit. Yeah, it should be decent. Very cool mod. Let me just go into full screen here. It's basically... Oh, it's so cool. Just like Ace Attorney, but it's with Zelda characters. It's made in the Ocarina of Time engine. And I just finished Act 1. And Malin was framed for the murder of her dad. And Princess Zelda has been lying in court, which is awfully suspicious. And instead of Phoenix as the lawyer, it's Link. And instead of Edgeworth as the prosecutor, it's Ganon. It's not going all that well, is it? Well, we survived. No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue. I can't believe she just makes stuff up like that. Yeah, that was surprising. I love her eyes in this are like so intense. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? Carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You've really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know? Also, Ganon is Dragmire. I have? If you listen carefully, you just might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. Talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire, I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong, at present I am convinced the girl did it. He investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I am willing to explore every possibility. The fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it may be your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he is the only one who could have lit that fire. He is hiding something I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl. Me? Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I am sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind. You know the road to the Dark Realm is paved with those, right? Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she will live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day. And yet no one knows what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories ran amok, people blaming the royal guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. Princess's conduct today probably won't help with the distrust some people have of the crown right now, though. She's wise beyond her years. She will learn, and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy, whatever comes of this trial. She does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa get so emotional. Guess all this is why she decided to take the blame for the princess's impromptu investigation. Detective Impa! What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address? They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. I don't have time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess to the castle. Roger. Whoa, Malin just kind of schmooved in there. That did remind me, though. I took this bottle of milk from a couple of guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry, it's still unopened. Oh? Thank you. Has that been refrigerated? That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you'll excuse me. It is not good. Sigh. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. Oh my gosh, the clues are colored in red, like in Ocarina of Time. That's so good. Huh? Lost its flavor? But Lon Lon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. Huh, you're right. I assume this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments. Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so... Maybe it just isn't fresh? No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? This was all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? He half-assed it. I think there's something odd going on. I'd better make some notes about this in the court record. I love that sound effect of, like, the evidence being added. I think that was in Majora's Mask originally. That was the Bomber Notebook or whatever. There's such good sound effects in this game. This game and, like, Kingdom Hearts and Ace Attorney probably have some of the best sound effects. The click on, like, the Kingdom Hearts 2 main menu where it goes ding. No, it's more like a... I can't do it, whatever. Defense, the court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. So it all comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn this situation around. Bum bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Wow wow wow. Court is back in session for the trial of Malin of Lon Lon Ranch. Trust that the prosecution's final witness is ready? Naturally, I have personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around. Hopefully his ears are intact. We discussed before the recess. Having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to commit the murder, only one matter remains. A matter of motive, for naturally such a heinous crime couldn't be the result of mere happenstance. The prosecution believes the defendant has a deep desire that pushed her to patricide. Our next witness can shine light on the matter. Fascinating. Very well, please proceed. Prosecution calls the ranch worker Ingo to the stand. Ha! It's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. You don't have to be so mean to him. Oh? Yeah, he almost always just wears his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court, and he wouldn't want to get his nice outfit dirty by working in it. Quiet, defense. Witness, state your name and occupation. Your Honor, great honorable prosecutor. My name is Ingo. I'm on Lon Lon Ranch. That dude looks so drunk. Mind? What does that entail exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders. How long have you been working on the ranch? It'll be several years at this point. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch's silo single-handedly. Whoa, that's some dedication. Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, you are privy to some inside info, is that correct? Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly. He used to say that we're like a big family. That sounds lovely. Sounds like a red flag that you're gonna be getting loads of unpaid overtime. Why is Link so real? Evidently, not every member of your so-called family felt the same way, though, did they? Hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, Honorable Court of Law. Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin. Talon became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the ranch. Simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. It's appalling how ungrateful she is, after all Talon did for her. And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. Truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence, we have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of crime, and now we have a motive. How do we know he's telling the truth? Bah! I have, of course, verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the Castletown Notary Office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. Prosecution would like to submit the Lon Lon Ranch inheritance document into evidence. Wait, but who gets it if she goes to jail, huh? Mr. Ingo, why would you? Between the crown and the remaining employees. Yep. There's the motive. You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing! I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you'd like. I, the hard-working Ingo, can handle it. Very well, defense. Please begin. That does at least give Ingo motive. Matter motive. Then I just have to prove he did it. How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days? Not sure the exact date. Had it been planned for a long time? Talon was getting on in years. Better to take care of the matter sooner than later, eh? Malin? He's telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partly, witness? So Malin hadn't become the ranch owner yet. Wow, of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds recently? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes the moment ownership signed onto them. Talon was no fool. I myself convinced him it was the safer option. The girl was up to some chicanery! Better call Saul! He could always revert his decision. That's horrible. I'd never do that. Much as I'd like to believe that, you did much worse by killing him. Look at his mustache physics. And the eyebrows. What a good model. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and they pull a stunt like this as soon as you give them an inch over yourself. I must concur. The younger generation is horrible. Why did he look at me while saying that? Anyway, what that meant was... Link's so narcissistic. Why would Malin want to sell the ranch? Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty little girl like her want to work on some dingy ranch? She'd have it much better if she sold the old place and used the money to move to Castletown. That's not true. I love working with the animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything. Wah. Wait, I should give that a chills read. Wah. She's often slacking on the job, while I, the hardworking Ingo, have to cover for her. Guess the Deku nut doesn't fall far from the Deku tree, as they say. That Talon loved to sleep on the job, too. Oh, I do recall a quite funny story about the Lon Lon ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. I remember that. guards couldn't wake him up. Took a particularly vocal Kuko, apparently. Ah, jeez. Well, there you go. I am the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hardworking Ingo. Link, that's not true at all. I know, but how do I stop this? This is definitely gonna be the one that gives me something, so I'd rather press this one first. Oh, you hold it. The man gave everything for her. She's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at that golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Yes, a little bottle of perfume, I believe. Probably that, then. It's horrible. Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. Was that last statement important? Your Honor, the defense wishes to add the statement about the perfume to the testimony. Bah, what are you doing? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder? I think it's an important detail. Perfume is irrelevant. But I suppose the prosecutions have no objection to strengthening our case. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to your testimony. Do you really think Malin would go that far? I don't want to think it, but clearly the events speak for themselves, don't they? Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then? Talon was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her. That's alright. Well, if Malin didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? As Talon's only child, she'd still inherit the ranch. Moo-ha-ha, that's where you're wrong. For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the Royal Guard. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now. Is it true? Yes, father's previous inheritance document did work that way. How admirable. I guess familial bonds won over his drive to help the kingdom. Truly a shame. Yes, naturally, the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time. I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we? Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like the witness to explain. Why would Malin have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitations, specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You think she would have chosen any other day? Oh, did I forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He's telling her he changed his mind back again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to Castletown to change his inheritance back to the original split. What? Despite the victim's wishy-washiness, it would appear he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, he'd have no time to waste that day. Is this true too? Absolutely not. Father wasn't planning to do that, and there was no argument either. What to do about this argument, then? There's an argument about the inheritance? That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requests it be added to the testimony. Very well, witness, please do so. I'd be happy to, Your Honor. Oh, this is probably what I'm supposed to present. Present perfume on this statement, I bet. To say that since it was bought just before, they couldn't have argued in the morning. Yeah. I'll see what all the press statements are, though. About what time did this happen? First thing in the morning. I was heading out to the silo to start the day's work. I just walked out the front door of the ranch house when I heard some yelling erupt behind me. Remember any specifics? I'm real sorry, Malin, but the most important thing is to make sure the king will always have a steady supply of quality horses. I don't care. What about me, Father? How can you do this to me? Mal, this isn't just about you, it's for the good of the entire kingdom. What am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life if I'm stuck on this dump of ranch forever. I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals are here, and Ingo's always around to help out with the chores too. He's pretty great, isn't he? Yeah, Ingo is awesome, but I still hate you for this. This isn't over. What a stirring reenactment! I'll keep my thoughts on the witness's acting skills to myself. There's no way this actually happened though. Malin would never want to sell the ranch. Well, of course you'd say that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder. We can't trust the things she says. Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now. That's unfortunately what matters. Do I have anything in the court record that could refute this story? If you ask me, this whole inheritance issue could have been avoided if the crown wasn't so soft. In Gerudo Desert, there would be no question that the fortress may seize whatever it desires. That's just messed up. No matter. Continue your testimony, Farman. Share with us the true nature of the defendant. Alright, let's press on the perfume issue. Where did you see this? It was just lying around the ranch house. What's your relationship with this guy anyway? Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. You know, I don't think he's ever skipped a day of work thinking about it. Not a single one. Talk about dedication. But even so, something is very much off here. What do you think of this statement, Your Honor? What do you think of it? Why do you ask? Well, I have this evidence here. Don't listen to him, Judge. That evidence has nothing to do with what's being discussed. Oh, don't worry, I knew that. Attorneys always seem to ask what I think when they have no idea what they're talking about. Grant. I feel like the fact that it said to press statement 5 means there probably is something else about the morning. I don't know, there's nothing about the milk shipments yet though. Oh, come on. This is one of my problems with Ace Attorney is presenting the right evidence on the wrong statement. Because technically that does contradict the other one because it was bought shortly before, so they couldn't have argued. Anyways. Witness, what is it? Or maybe there's another point he's gonna make. Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought for Melon by your father, correct? What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes. Far from it. Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, was that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? No, Your Honor. Well, perfume was bought for the princess. That doesn't really change anything. So what, defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what's the purpose of this bottle change? Yes, defense, I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is important. Earlier in the trial, Malin mentioned that Talon brought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malin? Sure is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess instead. Father quickly rode out into town to get a new gift. Hold on. Oh, somebody's movements, maybe? And then, like, who did the fire, and then bring it back that way? Maybe the princess's testimony. I don't really remember much. I guess technically both, because the princess did testify about the fire. Which is, like, probably the one true thing she said. So I think this is, like, actually just a 50-50. I mean, it puts Ingo's movements into question. The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume, which had just been purchased, was found at the crime scene. Crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. He shouldn't have known about the bottle. Ah. Order, order. The defense raises a very valid point. You simpleton, what's the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point? No, of course I didn't. I was working in the silo all day. I remember, I saw the gift the day before the crime. The girl's lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day. One word against another's. Defense? Do you have any way to prove that your version of events is true? I mean, it says it in the thing. Does that count? I mean, the receipt would say... I'm assuming it works the same as, like, a real-world receipt. But yeah, either of these top two would work. I think it's another 50-50. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt, and the receipt always shows the date of purchase. Might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws receipt away. Oh, I'm so golden. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume one should be right on top. I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for that receipt. Your Honor. Yes? What is it, soldier? You just received the receipt from the team station at the crime scene. Very well, thank you. I shall now read it out. From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. Ah, yes, I think I've seen that store. That eccentric-looking place in this back alley. Couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an utter eyesore. The gall of this nobody running a monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous. Perhaps, but back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead. Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Prosecutor. And the balloons. Oh, the balloons. That fool popped one right in my face. Warlock Punch. Prosecutor Dragmire, enough. Continuing on. Purchased item. 1 bottle of Rosy Rupee Lands. That's a reference to a Japanese-only Tingle game for the GBA, I think. Oh my. This is quite the price. Why, I would have to. Your Honor, please, the data purchase. Ah, yes, right, data purchase. Why, it's March 16th, the day of the murder. Yeah! Yeah, how'd you know that, buddy? Order. Yes, we got him. Ooh, I think we're finally getting somewhere. Bah, this still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle down. Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. Must have seen the bottle then. Oh, come on. You think we're gonna believe that? Do you have any proof that he didn't? Well, I believe this calls for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day. My movements? Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though. It's unfortunate that I managed to weasel out of that, but this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. Dun 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 da 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 ba da da da. My non-suspicious movements. As was already stated, I was working in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. Was the milk in the ranch house or was it somewhere else? I don't know if they ever brought that up. Alright. Presumably it's in the silo. At some point the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, was that detective one fine woman. Yep. See? I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you prat. I'll pass. I love Link. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. It's like he's some kind of criminal mastermind or something. What were you doing in that silo? I'm so good at, like, reading what the question will be. Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. Send out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know? Milk bars? Naturally. Everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I heard some others water theirs down. Despicable. I see. You said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Talon and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitation was happening, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied, so I took it upon myself to do it this time. It all went through fine? I disagree. Bah, you Hylians, ridiculous. Getting tipsy from something like milk? But you couldn't handle even a sip of the Gerudo's noble pursuit, a real man's drink. Aren't most of the Gerudo women? Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he'd gotten himself a glass of water. Yes! Moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, you see. I got very thirsty and... Is there running water in the Zelda universe? You didn't think to just take a sip of the milk you were handling? No. It won't be right. That milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble. Truly honest man. How dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace? Right, so what'd you see at the house? Nothing much, I got my drink and left, still had a lot of work to do. It's there on the table, plain as day. Great. Alright, this has got to be the important bit. This will probably bring the fire back into it. You're able to complete this so quickly on your own? Yeah, pow! Wham! I get things done in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and all so heavy. It was like some sort of puzzle in there. Anyways, that's not important. The point is... Are you sure, Omni-Man reference? Sure as can be, muhaha. You never went back in, even after the crime was discovered? Bah, they wouldn't let me in. Preserving the crime scene or some such. I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables. It was terrible. Is what you just said important? Yeah. Your Honor, I'd like the witness to add his last statement to the testimony. What? What are you trying to pull now? Yeah, sure, whatever. Gah, fine, whatever. Probably something I press here. That doesn't seem like there's anything. Couldn't you have stayed at the inn? Ah, what am I, made of money? You think, boy? I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. Wah! You lawyers always flaunting your wealth. Right, sorry. Not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What not to love? It's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on. Wow, he seems totally smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps when this chore of a trial is over, I could... But no, it will have to wait. Thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker Ingo, see through your schemes. He's sticking to that story, huh? It's a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. Wow, that was the most generic thing it said to help me. Oh, where did he get his clothes? Is that the question to ask? If you're sleeping in the stable. You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? The ranch house you were not allowed to go in? That's right. Well, that would imply you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all. Ah! The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well-dressed for court. I can't imagine you'd want to sully those clothes during work. Well, what do you have to say to that? Grr. Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new, yeah. On my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't very well show up to court dressed like a bum. Moo ho 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 ho. Yes, defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and show up dressed appropriately. What's that supposed to mean? This is my finest Zora suit. claim you brought those clothes after the crime, is that correct? This morning, in fact. Why do I need to repeat myself? No. What? Oh! Yep, he's wearing it in the pictograph. Get owned. Ah. Hmm? Why, this is one lovely pictograph. Ah, it reminds me of the idyllic days I spent with my grandson at the fishing pond. What about this pictograph defense? Well, just look at what Ingo is wearing. The photo is from Malon's childhood, but Ingo is very clearly wearing the same outfit he is on right now. He couldn't have bought it. Oh! That's so sick. Look at that. I don't even want to advance the dialogue. That's just so cool. He couldn't have bought it today. Yeah! Order, I will have order. Why, the defense is absolutely correct. If the witness has a good explanation for this. There, I think we finally got him. There's no way he can weasel out this time. Oh, unless someone weasels out for him. Bah, isn't it obvious? Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation. Sure, sure. Oh? Oh-ho! Oh-ho-ho-ho-ho. Yes, of course, I need to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom. But you just lied anyways. What kind of kangaroo court is this? The prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot. Ingo is clearly lying about buying the cloak before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you won't accept this blatant perjury. Accept it, Judge. There can be no other explanation. The prosecution's explanation does seem plausible. What? However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself and instead made up a lie about buying the clothes is indeed very suspicious. Yes! We're so in there. He's pogging. Defense? Prosecution has posed that there is no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternative version of events? Ingo is acting really suspicious. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony. Why would he be doing that? This is so sick. This is from the opening, I think, with the three goddesses. This is the goddess of wisdom. Anyways, yeah, Ingo's the murderer. It's not Malon. Ingo is the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did if I want to think Malon is innocent. With that in mind, why would Ingo change out of his work clothes? What happened to make it necessary? The blood! They were eaten by a cow is a good one, though. When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them. He had to change into something else to— Oh, and that's what the fire is! He burned his old rags. But then wouldn't the Sheikah horse have found the clothes in the house? How could they have disappeared? Oh, that's so cool. They're all combining. The Triforce! Ingo burned his clothes. That's it. This explains everything. That almost feels like a Danganronpa reference with how you set everything up there. Ingo burned his clothes. I believe I can offer an alternative explanation. Nonsense. Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. I call for a quick ruling. And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of murder. No! It's simple. The reason he had to swap his outfit, and why he's been lying ever since, is because it got stained with the victim's blood. Preposterous. If there are any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah force would have found them, and we'd be trying somebody else for murder. Why, you're absolutely correct, prosecutor. Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around, so he used this to dispose of them. Cast your mind to the princess's last testimony. Surely you jest. You yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. Empty bottle of lamp oil? Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. Well, how about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon and then tried to hide it. No, hold on. What drivel are you spouting here? Me? Kill Talon? I already know that's impossible. I get the feeling this is gonna be the end here. I'm gonna prove that he couldn't have been making the milk because he did such an awful job at it. Everything you said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. Fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo. Now, I shouldn't have to remind you, defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipment in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous. That's right, the great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. One sec here. Gonna BRB. Yo, I'm back. Alright, no, it had to have been him, I'm sure about it. There must be some trick at play here, some kind of shortcut. I must find it. I had a snack, I watched some Peacemaker, it was a pretty good break. Had some mac and cheese. Anything you said is wrong. I could say the same about you. With pleasure. Time of the crime, I was busy preparing that day's shipments of milk. Hard work. I barely had enough time to get them done before the courier came. So there were a couple things about the milk. They were misaddressed and the milk is tasteless. You only get a little at a time from the cows. The whole thing really does take a while. I think this is the same dialogue as earlier. What did he fill the milk with then if it's tasteless? Oh, he watered it down! Probably, I guess. That would make it still white. You gotta eat your breakfast. All the stories coming together. Fire burning blood so close, you. Didn't you witness? You don't want to hear about your culinary adventures. Would it be this one or this one? I mean, I guess this means that he didn't complete it, so seems like a good objection. Witness! I overheard an intriguing detail. Seems the address on one of the milk shipments wasn't written correctly. You must have been rushing. That's how you did it. Bah, I haven't heard anything about an issue with the shipment address. I'll play along. Suppose you're right about it. Writing an address only takes a few seconds. Even if it was reduced to a single swift stroke of the pen, it wouldn't have saved much time at all. Certainly not enough to both commit a murder and cover it up. It wasn't just the address. Ingro must have rushed the entire shipment. By what method? Prove it with evidence. Okay. Fortunately for you, defense, I must agree with the good prosecutor. That alone doesn't prove how much time may have been saved. Do you have anything else? Maybe I combine the two? But did you, though? Did you really complete those shipments properly? Bence, I shouldn't have to remind you that the Sheikah Force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles. Oh, I'm sure it looked that way. Are you getting at, defense? Here you go, Your Honor. Huh? Milk for me? Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think he'd stoop so low. Crown will be informed of this. Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip. This is highly irregular. But to be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know? Probably talk the least out of everyone here, though. Since the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. This what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water. Water? I have to agree, this is definitely not standard milk. We've heard from the princess and the detective. Lon Lon Ranch is renowned for the quality of its products, but there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy. Bah, whatever. As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this, defense? Simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened, during the first recess. As we know, there were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday. Oh! It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also complete the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated. Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time. Order. Yes, I suppose that would work. Indeed, all he had to do was milk fewer of the cows to save enough time without ruining the taste too much. I'd guess he used about a 50-50 split. This is... No! Talon. Let me stop you right there. I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment. But all you've proven is that Ingo is a slacker. How dare you? Be quiet, you mongrel. He's so based. In every show you see the lawyer, like... What's that part in Better Call Saul? Right before the chicanery speech. Better Call Saul spoilers, but... It's my favorite scene of the show. And it also happens to be a lawyer scene. Basically, Jimmy proves that Chuck's allergy to electricity isn't real because he put a battery in his pocket and he planted it there and it was on full charge. And then the lawyer for Chuck said, "My client's mental state doesn't matter. What matters is if Jimmy broke into his home." And then, Chuck has the whole chicanery thing that tanks his case. But yeah. Gannon's just saying, yeah, you're a slacker. And he's like, I am not a slacker. I was killing someone. I normally work very hard. Anyways, sure, you can go water down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it? Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well. Yet there's a vital element missing still. The motive? They're put in simple terms so even an idiot like you can understand. Rebuttal. He lacked the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw. Why do you say that? It's simple. If the girl's story about working on the fence is true, then she's using the saw while her father was being murdered. Couldn't have been in two places at the same time. Were there two saws? It could have been a rake or something, maybe? Awfully convenient there's only one wood saw. Wait, Ingo is the one that wrote that list. That seems important. Can I agree with this? Oh man, this... I mean, technically this does say it was a deep irregular wound. It's not necessarily the saw. But I feel like conceding on that point, because I don't know if I can definitively say that that wasn't the case. You know what? I probably have to. In Ace Attorney, you do always have to. Saw was the murder weapon. Truly? Well, if that's the case, present some proof. Enlighten us on how it could have been in two places at the same time. Alright, maybe I'll try saying that I agree and see what happens. As if. Very well, then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. I mean, could they have just used a fence post if she was putting in more fence posts? I don't know how I'd present that though. Okay, that's fair. It's gotta be either this or this. This to say it was the fence, or this to say that it wasn't specifically the saw. Or the ranch inventory. It does say there's only one saw. I don't know though, I feel like the fact that that was the only thing missing means it's not anything in here. Cow nose rings. It's gotta be one of these two. Where could the other murder weapon have come from? Let's try autopsy report and see if it works. No. Anywhere Ingo could have gotten it. All I can think of is the photograph of the fence. It's gotta be either that or the ranch inventory. There's something I'm overlooking. I kind of doubt it though. Okay. It's not the fence post. Do you think it was the song? I don't know. I feel like I missed the opportunity to say it is. This murder happened on a ranch? Plenty of sharp things on site. Simply impossible. Checked all sharp objects and searched everyone. No fresh blood was found anywhere else. Probably that is what I present next. See what pressing does though. Can Ingo have just wiped it off with the thing? I guess that's true. He could have hidden it in the milk crate, maybe. could have just disposed of it in the fire, maybe. This is indisputable. I mean, it was written by Ingo. I can't imagine presenting anything besides the ranch inventory here. Maybe, yeah, just say that since he wrote it, it could be false. Fascinating. What exactly makes you question the veracity of this document? Simple. You only need a brief look at the inventory to see it can't be trusted. You can't just go around making such general statements, Defense. Find out which exactly about it makes it suspect. Oh, it could be the date. Shoot. Was it the 15th or the 16th? Okay, good. Hopefully it was the 15th. I don't remember. It doesn't say it here. I forget if it was the 15th or the 16th. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, it was Ingo. Could have easily falsified it as part of his plan. That doesn't matter. Nothing could have left the ranch. Unless it was in that crate. Wouldn't Ingo have been able to just throw the item out over the fence? Obviously, we searched the perimeter as well. Nothing was found anywhere. Has nothing really been able to leave? You're really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk? Preposterous. Have you forgotten that said shipments had been checked by the Shikia force before they were allowed to leave? That's true, but there's a place the Shikia could have overlooked. What din's name are you blabbing about? Talking about bog standard crates here, boy. Not exactly vast dungeons full of nooks and crannies to stuff things into, are they? Where could they have missed a murder weapon? Simple, they overlooked crates themselves? I mean, it's in a regular wound. It could be like a jar that he snapped in half. Right? I don't know. I don't think getting bashed with a crate would kill you. Considering it was something sharp. No, it's not like he drowned them. Shoot. I mean, are the crates sharp? There must have been something in the crates. Any one of these could be true. These are like all kind of the same. I mean, they must have looked at the milk to get that, right? So the second one's not it. So it's either the contents of the crates or the crates themselves. But the contents of the crates is the bottles. Oh man, I hate this. It's a big chunk of wood to kill the victim and then nailed it to the crates to conceal it. Weapon was most definitely metal. Plus, if the weapon was wooden, he would have just burned it to ensure we never find it. Damn. I think I might lose here. Am I gonna risk it all in a 50-50? Bottles aren't metal, though. Bottle lids? There's no way they're sharp. Okay, just guess one. Just left in one of the crates between the milk bottles. How would he have hidden it in a bottle? That must have been what happened. It must be like a really tiny thing, like a dagger or something. Alright, let's see what happens if you lose. I'm kind of curious. Does it take me back to the last checkpoint? Or does it take me all the way back to the start of the case? Awesome. Okay, good. I wonder how much progress I'll lose. Okay, just back to the start of rebuttal. That's not too bad. Okay, so I can concede the first point. You've used any old thing. No need to overthink this. Oh man, I totally overthought this. I don't know why I was thinking of the fence. I think it's because of actual Ace Attorney. I bet you it's in the crate that got returned. Because he wouldn't just want some random guy to choke on a weapon stuffed in a milk bottle. There's one place inside the crate that Shikia couldn't have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipments. Without ruining the shipments. That's right. Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the church. That does seem possible. Now wait just a moment. How can you be so sure? You can know how much milk an average milk bottle uses each day. All those shipments have most certainly been completely used up by now. Someone drinking from that bottle would have found it for sure, choked on it even if they took too large a swig. It would be a huge scandal. Well, he's right about that, but he's missing some vital information. Alright, search that one. Oh yeah! You'd be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake would cause quite a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is. You see, I overheard a very interesting tale during the recess. Word was sent from the ranch not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed. What? No! Indeed, if you recall, Ingo was the one who handled all that. Now that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he had messed up the street address a little, the couriers would have known where the shipment was meant to go. How could he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving a bottle of milk with a murder weapon in it. I bet Ingo expected this box to stay in shipping limbo a while longer. How unfortunate for him that the Postal Service was on its game today. Maybe because they were worried it'd start to smell. I believe this calls for us to investigate those boxes of milk more closely. Soldiers, have those boxes retrieved from the ranch immediately. It probably heals you after that, I bet. That's why the hearts showed up. Grrr. This is slander. Why would I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit of a layabout, but he did give me a job. Why would I want him dead? The motive? That's simple. Why, I'm surprised you're even asking about it. The evidence easily explains your motive. The very inheritance document you brought to the court's attention states the following. In case of the testator's death, his daughter Malin of Lon Lon Ranch will inherit the ranch. Unless she is unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the crown and the remaining employees. Ah. What? You not only killed Talon, but decided to frame Malin for the crime as well, so you would be the one to inherit part of the ranch. That's why you volunteered to work in the silo all day, gave you an alibi so that Malin would be the only possible culprit. Of course, you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malin would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. The perfect setup for the royals to find her next to the body. No, no, no! What are you talking about, Talon? Signing the ranch over to me? Preposterous. Did he really not know? Guess it was Dragmire who procured the actual document, not him. Your Honor. What is it, soldier? Fox requested us here. Already? That was quite fast. Apparently the team at the ranch had already no swing or ride with it at their own. Fox arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message. Well, 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 let's see for ourselves then, shall we? Part of the shipment that proves my case is... probably this weird red thing? Here it is. From the bottle with a slight red tint to the milk. Looks like some kind of serrated knife. That explains the irregular wound pretty nicely. How could those Sheikah idiots have missed this? Sure, the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right. Grrr. Oh, I've had it. Fine, fine. You wanna know why? You wanna know why I really killed that scumbag? No! What are you... So you admit it? Yes, I admit it. What would you do if, one day, after years of backbreaking labor, despite putting your all into the ranch, you were thrown away like rubbish, without any reason? Fired. Farewell. We don't need you anymore. What? But that doesn't make any sense. Don't lie, I heard it all. I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work, and lo and behold, what's this? Malin and Talon are talking behind my back. I heard it all. We'll let him go after the visitation. We can handle things without him. And so, after volunteering to work on that shipment, I quietly slipped out while the girl was busy, and shanked the good-for-nothing slacker. Ha! You should have seen his face. He didn't expect it at all. So yes, Malin, I killed that lazy bum you called a father. And he deserved it. Order! The witness will cease his boasting over such a terrible deed. I think we've heard enough. Soldiers, take him away. Wait just a moment. Ingo. Yes, girl? Want me to apologize for what you've done? Apologize? Me? You're horrible. We weren't planning to fire you at all. You completely misunderstood what we were saying. What? We've had so much work recently. Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in tip-top shape. I do worry somewhat about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. Do wish he'd take a step back and relax sometime. Maybe you should convince him to take a vacation. Wow. Now there's an idea. It'd do him good to just get out for a while. I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him. That's... You. You were planning... What? A vacation for me? And I did... No. No, it can't be so. Please say it isn't so. Wow. We've witnessed today the results of a truly horrifying misunderstanding. But misunderstanding or not, what you've done is unforgivable. Talon was a kind man, beloved by all who had the good fortune to cross his path. His loss will be felt not only at the ranch, but all across Hyrule. Killer turned out to be an utterly pathetic man, with delusions of grandeur. I mean, look at him. Utter idiot, dressed like a clown. Jeez, he's really laying into him. I mean, he did kill a guy. I bet he's just upset because he lost. Prosecution's ran aside. I think it's time to declare today's verdict. It's just a formality, but will the defendant please step up to the stand? Ganon's just turned his back. Young miss, I am very sorry for the situation you found yourself in. I'm very glad you appear to have such a good attorney as a friend. I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Aw, thanks. Now then, without further ado, in the name of Goddess Hylia and the sacred land of Hyrule, I hereby find Malon of Lon Lon Ranch not guilty. Yay! Court is adjourned. We did it, gamers! Oh, I think that's the inn from Majora's Mask is the backdrop, I just realized. Like the couch and the lamp, I think. Anyways, we did it! I suppose so. I guess Ingo's outburst kinda soured the mood, huh? I don't think I can ever forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free, it's time to celebrate. Link. Her dad did just die, and now she has no help on the farm. I mean, I guess you could celebrate, whatever. Guess you're right. Excellent work. I knew you'd pull through. Oh, thanks. Couldn't have done it without you, really, so thank you. Now, that's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most. Huh? Your Highness? Thought you were going back to Hyrule Castle. What strings did Impa have to pull to get her here? But I realized I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. There's no need to bow, not after what I have done. Really, if not for my status, I would have probably been carried off to prison alongside that angry little man. Perjury's, pretty serious, so that's probably not entirely wrong. As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness. How can you say that, Detective? I almost condemned an innocent person to prison. Yes, there are some things you should think twice about doing in the future. But it's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free. Huh? Come on, attorney, show Her Highness what I'm talking about. The bottle. Well, it's true. Without this and without knowing about the fire, we wouldn't have had any proof to substantiate our claims. And really, your obviously false testimony helped us a lot. Youch! Impa just stepped on my foot. Well, there you have it. In any case, I'm sure Miss Malon isn't too upset. Well, sure. Ken Hut? We have orders to escort the princess back to the castle immediately. Just in time. Farewell, Your Highness. So they left. Now then, listen to me. I know that I am perhaps being too lenient on the princess, but tough times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to lead the kingdom through them. She needs to learn to take responsibility for her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The urgency with which she has just been escorted out of here isn't coincidental. What, is the king going to scold her? At the very least. I don't like the sound of that. Now then. My duties call, unfortunately, so I must be off. Again, you did well today, both of you. Trust that I will be able to rely on you in future court proceedings as well. I'll try my best. That's all I ask. That unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here, so I'll be excusing myself post-haste. Farewell. Yeah, Dragmire! Uh-oh. You. Hello, nice day we're having, isn't it? Tell me, now, where did that blasted detective go? To have my reputation tarnished this way, by some novice attorney from the boonies. Dramatic much? He looks about ready to burst from anger. Don't be such a sore loser. You lost, deal with it. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you even a little bit glad? Yes, I suppose there is some worth in that. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolences. Oh my god, he's so good. He's just like Edgeworth. He wants the truth. Just remember there's the meddling of that idiotic princess and the stupidity of that blasted detective that led to your arrest. So if you've any grievances, take it up with them. Suppose there is some truth to what he's saying. Speaking of the detective, it appears she has fled from me like a cuckoo on fire. Mark my words, she'll regret what she's done for generations. Well, that sure was something. I don't know if he was being sincere or just wanted to shift blame onto someone else. Dragmire's my goat. I like him just as much as I like Edgeworth. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I'll come visit, but I have my attorney duties too. Get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work the ranch. Silly as my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over one day, and he's taught me well. I'll make sure the animals are well cared for, just as I always have. That's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. If it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think about what could have happened. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. And so ended a very personal case for me. It felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. Malin continued working at the ranch, hoping to make it prosper even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following were some of the happiest I'd lived for a long time. Little did I know that a terrible tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. But that's a legend for another day. Custom credits. Oh my god, so good. Luigi X Hero. Who's the other guy in the cell? Mystery. Yeah, that would make for a pretty sick wallpaper. That shot of him playing piano. Oh my gosh, there's a cat. Parasite! Shout out Parasite. Great show. Hold on, there's more? Alright, I was gonna give my thoughts on this, but I kinda wanna see the extras. Meanwhile, somewhere else. Okay. Oh, you can wall jump. The way momentum works in this is very janky. Oh, come on. This is so janky. Do I even want to do this? Or should I just end on the high note that is that credits? Yeah, the Dragmire Edgeworth archetype is just so good. Lawyer that wants to win but cares about the truth more than winning. The Mega Mushroom? Course clear. Wow, I really need one of those, thanks. Turn, I'll tell you about a secret I've heard. Supposedly, there's a game with a giant egg in which you can become a criminal. And a pair of games with climate change and time travel. Say extras can be unlocked by connecting them on the title screen using a certain accessory. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Yeah. Certain accessory? Well, I don't really understand that, but I don't know if anyone knows what that's about. Game with an egg where you can become a criminal. Spelunky 2? Can steal from shopkeepers and fight Houndoom. I could really refer to anything. Can't be a criminal in Billy Hatcher, can you? I wonder if the devs for this made a Billy Hatcher game. I don't think you can be a criminal. You can throw a bomb in the ocean. Anyways, I have no idea what this is, so I'm just gonna give my thoughts. Okay, out of all of the Romhacks I played, I think this is genuinely the best one. But I am a huge fan of Zelda and a huge fan of Ace Attorney, so take that with a grain of salt. But the writing, the models, the music, the dialogue, just like everything is on point. Other ROM hacks I've liked that you can find on my channel, Super Junkoid, Super Metroid ROM hack that I really liked. There's a Paper Mario TTYD content for the N64 version. That one's very good. Undertale Yellow is more of a fan game, but that's also very good. Same for Undertale 2, although I didn't get too into that. It wasn't quite as good. But yeah, this was genuinely really, really good. So congrats to newer team for making this. And thank you. Because, wow, so cool. Especially that credit sequence was so good. And the way everything unfolded, it felt like so genuine and so true to the source material in a way that is honestly pretty rare. Yeah, I don't think I have any complaints about like the entirety of this, which is so rare for me, because I love to complain, but just like insanely good. It's so good. I was smiling that whole like final half of the trial. It's just like, this is why I play video games, you know? Putting stuff together, solving puzzles, figuring out what happened, and a bunch of lovable characters. It was just perfect, honestly. But anyways, I should get off for tonight. So if you enjoyed this look at Hero of Law, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, thanks for watching.